Hello, my friends out there in the world. Today, I'll be reacting to dealing with intrusive thoughts. So, also disclaimer, I've already watched this before, so this reaction is not going to be 100% original or organic, whatever. Sorry. And also there's a content warning at the beginning. It's just saying. There's a lot of pack in this episode of Intrusive. If you haven't watched it already, and I'll try and point out everything that I want reactors when I watch people reacting to this video to point out. Let's get into this. Okay, starting with the content warning. So blood and gore, death, sexual innuendo, violence, ripping, injury, blah 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 blah. Viewer discretion is advised. Take this very seriously. If any of these make you squeamish or anything, then don't watch this. It is filled with it. Thank you. Let's continue.
Before we get rolling, this video is brought to you by HelloFresh. You see this? You jealous? You jealous of this, bro?
Kind of. I just had
you
things
too have
doing,
the power
so.
to begin cooking amazing din-dins like this one with
I'm
8
full.
free meals. That's $80 off your first month of HelloFresh. Just go to HelloFresh.com and enter the promo code ThomasSanders80. You can't have this, though. This one's mine. Cook your own. Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
10:50.
Oh my gosh, I'm late. Gotta do this video.
Okay. I didn't notice before, the first time I watched this, but he has bags under his eyes. He's not anxiety. This isn't anxiety. This is just Thomas being extremely tired.
I can do this. I'm awesome, and I can do this.
That's hilarious.
What is up, everybody? How are you all doing? Comment below, because the human connection will make me feel like a person again. What? Sorry, that one was supposed to stay up here. Help me. Oh, there I go again. I'm just really tired. Tired. Can't talk because of the tires. It just couldn't get to sleep last night.
There's a song in this.
And I think
I'm gonna be
with that
singing
new addition, that brings the grand total to everything. Everything.
Poor
is going
Thomas.
wrong.
I want to give him a hug.
Even my thoughts are starting to go wrong.
The child's back.
Come on, no. No, what are you talking about? Sorry. Let's talk about something else. Yeah, let's. Uh-oh, here comes the noblest Roman of them all. What up, plebes? Oh, hey, Roman. We were just talking about something else.
Oh no, Pat.
What? Yo, what? Nothing else. There's nothing else.
Really?
We were just talking about something and never anything else. Is that okay? Wait, are you all seriously not going to let me in on what's going on here? I already said we were talking about something. Singing to myself, 'cause I'm not uncomfortable at all. Secrets are no fun. Tell me now or else we're done.
I'm gonna use that at some point.
You don't want to know unless you want to be deep.
I'm gonna use that at some point. If somebody's keeping a secret. Secrets are no fun. Tell me now or else we're done. And most likely they'll know because everybody I know, I've talked their ears off about Sandra's eyes. I'm obsessed with it.
Troubled. I do. Mystery loves company. It's misery loves company. Not for me, it's not. I am not feeling any love or misery because it's a mystery for me alone. I have yet to receive my invite to the pity party. Thomas, come on. You can't have a ball without a prince. Just leave it alone, Roman. Seriously. I can't believe you're making me do this. What do you need? Logan!
Now you see, okay, so the first time I watched this, I didn't even know Logan was missing. Because no offense to any people who like Logan, he's my least favorite besides, don't hate me. Well, for starters, he has a whole video dedicated to him arguing with my child, Virgil. My dark drain son is sweet and sour misunderstood shadowing. Yes. his like job as a side, but still. I'm sorry to any Logan fanboys or girls.
Do you know why everyone is so moody bemoans? Oh, goodness. Are they still disconcerted? That's putting it a little lightly, Logan. Or your reaction is a little too extreme. Well, that's easy for you to say. Why wouldn't it have been easy to say? It was an 8-word sentence. That's not exactly laborious. What he means is that you're not a great judge of what is and isn't an overreaction.
By the way,
Your most extreme...
I'm going to be pausing this a lot because if that bothers you, then please just watch another video because I'm going to be pausing it so many times.
Action is an eyebrow raise. I stand corrected.
I do not miss that.
The one for today. Logan, put on your blinders, or in this case, take off your glasses. What are you talking about?
Am I the only one who found that funny? I think it's partially because it's like late and delirious.
What are you talking about? Look, I barely got any sleep. That's the best joke my creativity's got. But seriously, ignore them for the time being and explain to me what is going on here. Well, last night Thomas struggled to fall asleep due to persistent, troubling thoughts about... Hey now, stop what you are saying.
Patton again with the amazing jam. And not Crofter's type of jam, music type of jam.
Whoa, you guys are acting fishier than the Kraken's crack. Oh, all right, so I'm acting fishy. So sushi. Don't act like that was an accident.
Virgil?
Everybody, Virgil, let's give it up.
Virgil, you have made me proud. And Patton proud, probably.
For the perp man. Just tell me, blurt it out if it'll be easier, like ripping the sword from the stone.
It wasn't easy.
Canonically not easy. Yes, only Arthur was able to remove the sword. May the odds be never in our favor. But this isn't the sword in the anvil. You mean the sword in the stone? Why don't you read the book and see if you still need to correct me? Oh.
Okay, so I need to cut that. Hey guys, sorry for the change in setting. I just needed to plug my phone in. There's a cord right there if you can't see. I'm just gonna go back a few. Sorry. I guess this is my background. Alright, I need to start that over. Oh my gosh. Hey guys. Hey guys, sorry for the change in setting. I just need to plug my phone in. Let's go.
The sword from the stone! That was canonically not easy. Yes, only Arthur was able to remove the sword. May the odds be never in our favor. But this isn't the sword in the anvil. You mean the sword in the stone? Why don't you read the book and see if you still need to correct me? Oh.
How dare you even attempt? Sorry. I'm very protective of my child. Moving on.
Sorry. I guess Disney was more faithful than we all thought. Huh. What I mean is that talking about this shouldn't be as impossible as liberating the sword from its ferric prism. I don't understand why we must prohibit any and all discussion about the intrusive. Please stop. Seriously, please.
Okay, two things. One, you notice how Logan, you notice how Logan almost had intrusive thoughts? Yeah. I hope I'm not the only one who caught that. Also, Virgil in this one is saying, I'm going to prohibit your breathing if you keep this up. Sounds like Virgil. Sounds like something I would say, to be honest.
Think about it. You know exactly why we're not talking about it. But Logan, if you continue to push this, we're gonna end up in really dangerous territory. Push what exactly? I'm sorry, but I can't condone any more of that kind of thinking. Please, just listen to us this time. We're going to talk about something else now, okay? Patton, what are we talking about? 2005's Just Like Heaven, starring Mark Ruffalo and Reese.
I don't even know those actors. I don't know that movie. I'm young. I'm not giving my age because this is the internet. Okay.
Witherspoon? Sure. Oh, great
Right.
flick.
Yep.
I'm really out of it. The very same just...
Great flick. Okay, I'm delirious right now. It's really late. I'm not in bed there.
Heaven that won the Teen Choice Award for Best Chick Flick? You Ruffle know it. Were there any other...
Also, if you hear laughter or anything in the background, it's because my dad and his girlfriend are watching Parks and Rec, which Thomas has mentioned in one of his videos. Yes, and yes, I've introduced them to Thomas Sanders, and I love it. Okay.
Just Like Heaven films released in 2005 starring Mark Ruffalo and Reese Witherspoon? If they got married, then he'd be Mark with his spoon.
Okay. Can anybody explain, like, the two jokes to me? Mark with his spoon and, or Mark with their spoon? I don't know.
Am I delirious, or is this the funniest video I've ever made? That's ridiculous, Roman. Have you ever heard of What's Mine is Yours? They'd be Mr. and Mrs. with their spoon. Pat, that was my joke! You hide...
Yeah, I don't understand those two, jokes. Can anybody in the comments please just explain that to me? Also, I may be keeping my voice down a little because my parents, I think, just came down.
That's my joke! You hide joke! You know what I never got about that movie?
Why is it getting softer? Oh, yes, no.
Of course you're not a chick. You're a metaphysical human being. A chick is a newly hatched bird.
Have you ever imagined killing your brother?
What the what? I don't swear. What the what? Okay.
How is she a ghost if she's not dead? Perhaps she was accidentally and unknowingly astral projecting. Oh, or maybe it was an out-of-body experience. I thought astral projecting was an out-of-body experience.
There are hands on the TV. New Dark Side, everybody. You've probably watched this like a million times, like I have. Oh, so. And again, disclaimer: I'm trying to keep my reactions as they were before, so now these are actually like my reactions right now, except for like the last parts, because I always laugh.
I don't know. I'm just glad the movie had a happy ending. That is what makes good cinema. So there wasn't really a ghost. Talk about ghost baiting. Of course she wasn't a ghost. Ghosts are evil.
What the what? Okay. New Dark Side, definitely. With a mustache. And looks just like Roman.
For Moana's grandmother. Well, there's one thing I know. Reese Witherspoon isn't evil.
I
I
understand.
resent that. Ghosts aren't
Come on,
evil.
come on,
They just
stop
scare
your
people
phone.
because you never know when they're going to show up.
That's
Okay,
the voice.
I take back what I said about ghosts.
Roman, are you okay? Are you okay? To be honest. That like almost gave me a heart attack when I saw it first. I was like, Roman, are you okay? It doesn't help with Patton's comment next. comment. I was just like, wait, what? But then he's... Oh, I just...
It's the Duke.
The Duke?
The Duke? Okay. Care to explain further? Who is he? What is he doing here? Oh, I just love showing up where I'm not invited.
I think me and Thomas have like the same reaction. The Duke?
Well, tell me who he is. It's kind of hard to explain. What? No, it's not. You just lack imagination. Let's start from
Lack imagination. I get it.
Adam and Eve.
Whoa. Song? Song. Song. Songy song song. It's beautiful already.
Knowledge for the small price of a little sin. They also lost eternal life, but what's fruit without the pits? Apples don't have pits. I am the Duke, and it's high time that I dropped in. And since you haven't puked out, you'll know they're wrong when they call you
I
sick.
memorized the full song.
It's unicorn horns and dragon tails, Roman dull creativity. If you want the spectrum A to Z, then you'll need a little help from me. From unicorn porn to rats in pale, I give these thoughts generously. If you really want to challenge your viewership, then you need to stop limiting me. What in the have I been drinking? It's fine. It isn't you, these thoughts you're thinking.
Oh,
Alright,
right,
you've got to stop this guy from singing. I love how hard you try. It's so cute. Let's resume. Sure.
In this video, like, I feel so much hate for him and so much love for him at the same time. Hate for him because he pushes Virgil's buttons and is utterly disgusting, and love for him because he's just a character you love to hate.
Don't like me much, Thomas, but that's only just because I'm honest. Good and bad is all made up nonsense.
Woohoo, Roman!
Do you promise?
Oh.
Thomas, speaking of honesty, recently a snake offered me
snake?
a morsel from the tree of knowledge.
Wait a minute.
He said,
Deceit.
wanting to be more honest and be direct dealing with your issues.
Issues, and also that. I wonder if it is deceit. Also, there's this one time that I have to pause at the exact time.
No longer will you deceive yourself about the ugliness within you. Neat. You want to face facts? I've got one. Your
Okay.
late night thoughts get.
I'm sorry. If I'm rewinding it, I just need to point out this fact.
He said you're wanting to be more honest and be direct dealing with your issues. No longer deceive yourself about the ugliness within you. Neat.
Okay, I just skipped it.
A snake. Me a morsel from the tree of knowledge.
I'm so sorry.
He said you're wanting to be more honest and be direct dealing with your issues. No longer will you deceive yourself about the ugliness within you.
Okay. When he says neat, he's literally wearing Deceit's outfit. If you see there, that is Deceit's outfit. How? I just wanted to point that out. Okay. Okay. Let's continue.
You wanna face facts? I've got one. Your late night thoughts get pretty sick, dude. If you share those with your friends, don't they work for you? Even though everybody sins, everybody. Why deny yourself knowledge? Say knowledge of yourself. You don't need to feel ashamed with your dear old Duke. You need not feign decency. You see this house on fire? I see it too, cause you got a fiend in me. So clap your
Oh no.
feet and stomp your hands and dance off your booty cheeks. You can then bet your bottom I'll still be around when all your loved ones leave. Imagine with me, licking the blowhole of a dolphin. Your
got
best
them all.
bud trapped inside a coffin. Your grandma choking on a lozenge. Your pet dog stuffed into a sausage. These sorts of things are only thought in the mind of a man who's
ponytail for the
That was hard
poor
and
Patton.
horribly unhelpful. Look, Mr. Duke, I'm really stupid right now. Just tell me who you are. Simply. Why, I'm your creativity. No, that's Roman. Yeah. Also me, though. What? Roman is sort of like Netflix Kids and Family. He's the option that you select if you want.
Okay,
Block out all the juicy stuff.
please no. Just stop. Stop.
Say juicy in that context. Juicy butthole?
No. Both of those are not okay.
It's okay. Yeah, your beehole needs to stay zipped up in your pants where it belongs. Why do you want to stifle your own creativity, Thomas? I'm sorry that I don't see the creative merit in juicy butthole. Oh, come on.
I think I'm one of the only ones to actually find some of his jokes funny. Am I the only one? Please tell me I'm not the only one.
Kinds of creativity. Just take Jeffrey Dahmer. I mean, acid brain sex zombies. They're swindling.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh. We're in for
Jeffrey Dahmer was not creative. He was destructive. And I'll thank you to never bring him up again. That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Shut it down.
I actually thought that the first time that like creeped me out so bad. It still creeps me out, okay?
You should do no such thing. You cannot force the Duke to retire a topic of conversation. Yeah.
Okay, I want to learn how to do that thing.
Very bad.
The thing that he's doing, like with his hands. I can't really do it as smooth as he can.
Indeed. I mean, just take Jeffrey Dahmer. He used to have these pretty funny thoughts about torturing animals.
Poor Patton.
No, he hated them. He thought they were horrible, and he tried to force them out.
Creepy music.
Lot of good that did him. It didn't do him any good. Yeah.
Logan. Always taking things too literally. Somebody help Logan.
Right. In fact, that kind of repression doesn't do anybody any good because it doesn't work. In the
Like this
1980s,
little
Virginia
right.
psychologist Daniel Wegner performed the white bear experiments, which demonstrated that the more one tries to force out a thought, the more intrusive and or repetitive said thought becomes. Jeffrey Dahmer! I will begrudgingly forego the scientific method for a quicker, simpler replication of the experiment. Patton?
No, don't have Patton lose his innocence, please. Please.
Talk about anything you want for the next minute. All right, but hold on to your ears because I'm about to talk them off. Hold on to my...
That was loud. This is too disturbing. Well, not too disturbing. Else I would pause it, but like, very disturbing.
Done and done. Great. Ew. You put those back on right now, Mr. I can't hear you.
It's one of my favorite lines of his. I can't the iPad, but I have to hold the iPad. Breathe. Life is hard. When you're on YouTube. Also, I might be posting some gotcha videos on here more often. It's like a mix and match thing, because yeah, okay.
talking whenever. I will cue you. But before you begin, don't think about a goldfish in a condom. Okay, that works.
No. Please, no. Why didn't you just say white bear? It was the white bear experiment. Why didn't you just say white bear? Like the actual experiment did. And Pat's innocence is about to be ruined.
There was a golden girl. Good save. Who lived in a condominium. Okay, Logan.
Pat's innocence. R.I.P. Patton.
A minute yet? Not even close. But you did exactly what I needed you to do. Patton did a real good job. You know, you took some creative liberties, but I give you my blessing.
You don't want.
Subjects were asked to speak.
You don't want Remus to give you his blessing. Blessing, whatever the word was. Poor Patton.
Whatever they wanted, with only one caveat. They were not allowed to think about a white bear.
I'm pretty
Despite
sure
that rule,
I like might have been like the whole
subjects
like
mentioned
first
bear
part of the
about
video.
once
I
per
don't
minute.
know.
Okay, so I can't stop him. Awesome news. It is, isn't it? But either way, you are not creativity. Yeah, that is the brave, handsome, unbeatable Roman.
The mashed potatoes.
Creativity is about
Mashed potatoes. Another one of my favorite lines from this.
butterflies and magic. That's not you. You're stinky.
Ugh.
Scary. Me? Scary? No. That sounds like a you problem. Or a him problem. Thomas, like it or not,
How dare you push my child Virgil's buttons? How dare you? How dare you even show? Okay. I'm very tired. And this video is pushing Virgil's buttons basically for like, I don't know how long. A long time. Let's just say I get a bit angry at Marcus.
does encompass a portion of your imagination. Imaginative sure is a kind word for him. I agree. How about demented?
I
Why are you
agree.
defending him? I'm not. I'm just trying to be intellectually honest with Thomas. Sounds like bullshit. This talks deceit in disguise. No.
Okay.
What? Again? Deceit? Show yourself. No.
During reactions, I always am like scared that somebody might actually think like, oh no, that's a scene, plot twist. I'm like, please let nobody think that. Thankfully, nobody has when I've watched it with them or watched a reaction. So yeah.
It's actually me. I knew that. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm a little silly. Then why are you lying? Lying? You just said the Duke is Thomas's imagination. Yeah, unlike a certain potty mouth in this room, imagination is good. Did you guys know that dork means whale penis? I call Logan a whale penis is what it
I
said,
do not
Thomas.
need that
You have to
information.
understand that life is not so black and white, as they say. But the Duke and the Prince literally wear the black and the white. Yes, but they're your sides. That's how you see them. That's not Excuse me. Please leave Joan out of this. Oh. What's that?
This scene,
Is something Joan would do.
it really is. That scene was probably Joan's idea, to be honest. That is something Joan would do.
Why would I even have two
Virgil's face
creativity?
is in the snow. Kills it.
All-encompassing because of your creativity and imagination as a purely good force. At a young age, you filed away products of your imagination as either welcome or forbidden. This led to the development of
I use that
two
dance a
separate
lot.
sides of your creativity. Wait, so my creativity split in two. Into what? Into a bottle? Two
That's why did you
parts
have to
during
make
your
it weird?
development, yes. Like an ovum. The Duke is like Roman's twin, the embodiment of bad imagination, which is primarily experienced by you via intrusive thoughts. You made me this way, Thomas. I was the
okay, during this whole speech, I was like, maybe there's hope for you, maybe there's hope for you, and
Beloved brother from the
maybe there's
Genesis.
hope for you, maybe there's
Roman
hope for you.
and I are Cain and
And
Abel.
then
And that cane up your butt makes you unable to
I was
explore
disappointed, but not surprised.
your content. What is it with you and butts? Hey, prude, your art is bad. You're attacking my livelihood now? Thomas's friends and family is one thing, but his work is nothing sacred. Yeah,
Okay, I
wait,
didn't
what about my
understand.
friends and
Wait.
family? Oh, I'm sorry.
I never understood that thing. Can somebody explain it to me in the comments? I'm sorry. I'm delirious because it's late. I
Did you
just really
forget the
want
part
to
where
get
I'm your
some
creativity? Obviously, I have opinions on the matter. But are they opinions that matter?
Exactly.
Especially if they're hurting you. For someone who prefers salty flavors, your videos are rather saccharine. What will your legacy be? Will you even have one? How about this? You get buck naked on camera and self-immolate to Taylor Swift's Shake It Off.
How about we don't?
Now that'll leave an impression. Wow, I hate him. I hate him. Haters gonna hate. I wouldn't want my legacy to be subjecting people to something they didn't want to see. Why not? That's life. People seeing, hearing, and experiencing things they'd rather not see, hear, or experience. Maybe so. But I don't want to add to life's unpleasantness. Oh, so you're going to baby them? Do you want to rock the cradle, Daddy? Rock the cradle in the treetop? Why is the cradle in a treetop? No one knows. Irresponsible parenting. Or do you want to be the wind that causes the cradle to fall? And then the baby
I'd rather the first
That's
one.
horrible. Look, pleasant metaphors aren't really my strong suit. You have a strong suit? I do. My birthday. Okay, new metaphor. Nudging.
Again. Why do I find a lot of the Duke's jokes really funny?
To leave the nest and take flight. Okay, there. Yes, that's it. Oh, maybe there's hope for you after all. Wait for it. And the baby bird immediately flies straight into an unseen jet turbine and causes the entire plane to come crashing down. And no one survives. What is your deal? What is my deal? Bitch, what is your deal? I'm your creativity. What is that say about you? My deal? Thomas doesn't have a deal. If I have a deal, then Thomas has a deal. Deal or no deal?
No deal.
Roman is Thomas's creativity too. So, do I need to remind you of what Thomas was thinking about last night?
Sorry, I'm just
I
doing
just
so
did
much.
what I do as one of Thomas's sides. If I am awful, and so is Thomas. Not all thoughts have some profound meaning behind them.
Some are worthless.
Virgil, you've never been one to soften the truth. Why would you aspire to be so...
You've never been one to soften the truth. That is all.
boring? Those thoughts weren't Thomas. So what? Thomas thought someone else's thoughts? Do we have
I don't
ourselves
like
a
this
classic
scene.
case
I
of
don't like
brain
this
swap?
scene. Two of my no. See,
He's right. Really? Not you. Duke. The reality is, you thought those thoughts, Thomas.
I always get tired with Virgil and or Patton. This one I can't because they're like, they're a little bit. Okay, wait.
Oh, no. Is Thomas a bad person?
No.
Why do you keep asking that? We still haven't gotten
He's
an
perfect
answer.
in every way.
He hasn't acted on any of the thoughts yet, so at least there's that. Okay. But there's definitely something wrong with him. And unfortunately, he's not the naturally good person that you wish he was, Patton. But Thomas always tries to put others before himself. We've all seen it. Yeah, he can act like a good person, just like Deceit can act like you. We've also seen...
I don't like that comparison. Please make another comparison. I get a little bit emotional in this, watching this video. I'm sorry.
What he thinks is right can be pretty difficult for him. Okay, you two are blowing this way out of proportion. Logan, I'm sorry, but Thomas can't logic his way out of this one. Facts are facts, and the fact is, Thomas had twisted thoughts that a stable person would never have. Actually, a stable person, as you put it, could absolutely have those thoughts. Tear off your nipples and shove them up your nose. Okay.
That also.
And the fact is,
That scared me the first time I saw it.
have to fake it till we make it? Ooh, like how Thomas is going to imagine making us scientists
Oh,
like
no.
John's ashes until
No.
he actually gets to do it.
Stop.
No, like how do you fake being good at something until you are? And this something is being a good person. But how do you fake not thinking about something? Yeah, didn't we try that earlier when we talked about just like heaven? Why? In trying to distract yourself from those unwanted thoughts, you seem to have created a mental connection between 2005's Just Like Heaven and last night's intrusive thoughts that wouldn't have otherwise existed. Oh, I'm here with the main characters from Just Like Heaven. David.
So I'm pretty sure he mentioned somewhere on something. For some reason, I remember him saying, like, reading or something like that. That he asked, like, it's gonna be weird. Is it okay if I lick you to, like, this person, the guy? And the guy was like, sure. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine, like, if I was asked that, the person would say no. So.
And Elizabeth Masterson. And I can do with them as I please. No, not David Abbott and Elizabeth Masterson. You bastard. Okay, you can't pretend that that isn't happening. I'm about to smash the whole.
No.
You can pretend on the outside. What does that even mean? As long as these kinds of thoughts stay in Thomas's head.
Turn into a ghost.
Then that's good enough for now. Turn into the
Imagine the people that are playing those, just like, I would be having so much fun, to be honest.
Of course they would stay in my head. Why would I want to do any of this in real life? You tell us.
Okay, here comes one of my favorite quotes of all time. I'm gonna quote,
Thinking about it. Yeah, I
"You
didn't
make him throw the baby. I merely gave him a baby and a large sharp knife."
Not acting on every thought that he has isn't faking anything. I can't think of how one would fake not doing something other than by doing something and hiding that they're doing it. Ooh, how fun! You know who could help us?
Nope. I think yes. I don't know anymore.
One of you is enough. No, you guys aren't understanding me. They would stay in Thomas's head because he would pretend like he never had the thoughts in the first place. So we're back to repression then. Logan said that that doesn't work. That's what repression is. Well, what other options do we have? Virgil, I don't want to do what he says. You mean you don't want to act on what you think? Virgil, enough. Ugh, here we go, Virgil. Looks like Logan has reached his listening to others limit for the day. This is not about me wanting to be listened to. You all are not listening to Thomas. What he's saying is worth noting. But what if he's lying? I can assure you he's not. You're just expressing.
My child. There is a theory that I totally agree with, that Virgil used to be paranoia when he was on the dark sides, and then switched, and then did something. Oh my gosh. That's why the sides keep, like, being like, oh, I shouldn't count him because that will bring up bad memories. My child, protect my child.
A healthy amount of concern. Thank you for being on guard. But for now, you must listen. You have to believe me, Virgil. Patton, I am not at all enticed by anything the Duke is saying. I do not identify with anything about him. Dress me up however you want, Thomas. I can be covert if you'd like. Psychologist Dr. Norman Epstein once said, if a thought like that pops into your head, but you're not bothered by it at all. That could be a problem. Does Thomas seem bothered to you? He does. What about Jeffrey Dahmer?
No.
He was pretty bothered, too. He certainly was bothered. As a child. And he outgrew those feelings. Thomas is still distraught by his forbidden thoughts as an adult. Furthermore, Jeffrey Dahmer went on to murder innocent people. Say, how many people have you murdered, Thomas?
None.
Well, that can't be where the bar is. Patton, you of all sides should know that it isn't. Thomas, you're a religious man, correct? Yeah, but there have been plenty of bad religious people throughout history. Well, I cannot argue with that. Religion is not perfect, but when it is not abused, piety is just as valid as the innumerable other ways to live a principled life. To the best of your ability, you try to live your life based on a moral code set by your faith, correct? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, love thy neighbor as thyself, etc. Yeah. Thou shalt not kill is one such principle, but it certainly couldn't be said that that's where the figurative bar has been set. Couldn't all this talk of religion create a connection between Thomas's beliefs and his intrusive thoughts? Careful, Virgil. You're giving me ideas. Actually, Virgil, Thomas's faith and his relationship with the Duke are and always have been inextricable. I don't know about all that. Thomas's Catholic upbringing has instilled in him that thought is a precursor to action. Consider some of the 7 deadly sins: greed, pride, envy, lust, wrath. 5 of the 7 deadly sins are committed in your head. There's a reason why the Duke has continuously used religious language. He's playing to your sensitivities. It's fine if you disapprove of toxic thinking, but you can't banish any and all unpleasant thoughts when there's a constant stream of thoughts going through your head at all times. The Duke was right. Not only does repression not work, but it can be very bad indeed. I understand that your natural human reaction when you see something disturbing is to look away. But if you let me examine the Duke's contributions, then I could expose him for being unrealistic and figuratively dress him down. Oh, well, if that's what you wanted, Logan, you
No.
I said figuratively. And that is why I say it.
That is why I say it.
The real problem here isn't the disgusting drivel coming from the Duke. Ooh, thank you for the alliterative regards, Logan. I love being given 2 D's at once. Okay, then what is the real problem, Logan? It's you. Uh-oh, looks like...
I hate the Duke and love the Duke so much. Like you wouldn't believe.
Cat's out of the ball bag. Despite his best efforts, Virgil could never stop being the bad guy. Oh, and, Patton.
Okay. I hate the Duke and I love the Duke. That is all.
Good scratch? Patton? How? He's being too strict. Oh, my goodness. Patton is being too strict. It's not me for once? What does that mean? Am I cool? Does this make me cool? Am I being cool? Oh my gosh. My teeth. Yeah, I thought you said I changed my mind. I'm unpredictable like that. I bet that really gets to you, huh, Logan? The opposite of rationality. There is no rhyme or reason to what I do. I just do. And what I do is wreak havoc. I'd say you just reek. Figuratively. Also literally, though. Oh, what do you have to say to that, Duke? Thank you. Reek is what I was going for. Well, I mean, my deodorant's flavor is pickled poulons. Flavor? Deodorants don't have flavors. You don't eat deodorant. Amy, you don't. Okay, I got one, guys. Since we call Roman Princey, does that mean we should call you... Dookie? Dookie? I love it. Please do. Wow. Okay, well, there really is nothing you can say to him. Or you could just call me by my name. Remus.
Now whenever I hear the word Remus, even if it's referring to the Harry Potter character, if I don't hear like Remus Lupin's last name, I automatically think of Remus Sanders. Yeah, Sanders have taken over my life.
You told me? Right off the bat? Just like that? Of course I did, Dr. masseuse. I would never hide anything from you.
How dare he just gonna say right, Virgil? How dare he poke fun at Virgil? Yeah, he really gets on my nerves. How dare you?
The truth is, Remus, you don't get to me in the slightest. Object impermanence renders you pretty unintimidating.
I wonder
What's so
how to do
frightening
that.
about something with no real-world impact? Oh, shut up, nerdy Wolverine!
How about you shut up?
You wouldn't know.
So, sibling rivalry, sibling rival, nah, sibling rival, sibling rivalry at the finest.
Impact if it hits you in the face.
Ah.
Oh, you killed him. He does make an impact, does he? Yeah, I would have gotten a full night's sleep if it weren't for him. Lack of sleep can negatively affect your memory, it weakens your immune system,
Not
and it
helping
increases your
Logan.
risk of heart disease. And that's only some of the potential side effects. Right, yeah, exactly. Ooh, maybe I am a little scary. However, your lack of sleep last night was the result of Virgil's reaction to Remus, not Remus himself.
Protect myself.
So, the Duke only has power over you because Virgil and Patton believe that he does. Because you fear him. Without that, he'd have a much harder time hurting you. So what do you think? Can we logic our way out of this one? I think we can! Not really. No, there's no way to force intrusive thoughts out of your head. Please pay attention.
He says no, but then continues to logic his way out of this one.
That said, you can learn to better deal with intrusive thoughts.
This actually almost gave me a heart attack when I was watching it.
My devious plan was a success. You were all momentarily distracted.
I love him here.
Anyway, this issue extends. You remember that erection
Want to
medicine?
stab him?
This issue goes beyond taking Remus seriously. Another major concern is when you try too hard to make sense of him. All of those horrible thoughts.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed. That's what I think every time. Sorry.
They have to mean something. No, they don't. Virgil was right. Not all thoughts are meaningful. Remus said it himself, and I'm sure he'll say it again. There is no rhyme or reason to what I do. I just do. A scoodly boo. Oh, maybe there is a rhyme. If you aggressively interrogate Thomas about why the Duke said or did something, then you're only going to hurt Thomas. I mean, look at him now. He barely got any rest, due in large part to you two chastising him all night. I acted like a real beehole. Wait, is he gone? No, I think he's gone. Nails on a chalkboard! Oh, jeez. Literally, like fingernails nailed to a chalkboard. Oh my gosh, it got worse. I didn't think it could get worse.
Well, the first few times I didn't have cringe, but now I'm actually picturing it in my head. It's cringe.
Oh, don't do that. Never check to see if you've successfully gotten rid of him. Oh, why is Remus becoming such a nuisance right now? Well, how are you doing right now? I don't know. I'm fine. Virgil, how's he doing?
He recently realized he's a bigger liar than he thought he was. He doesn't understand himself. He's committed to skipping a big callback, and he's sleep deprived. So yeah, he feels like a piece of dirt who has no control over his life.
Okay, yeah. And that is precisely why the Duke feels like such a threat, in part at least. The feeling that you may be a bad person who doesn't have control over yourself or your destiny causes you to fear that you may actually act on these thoughts. What if you sniffed your dog's butt?
That's the first line that I ever really uttered about Remus. I was just telling my friend, oh, there's this one dark side, Remus, intrusive thoughts. One of his lines, what if you sniffed your dog's butt? And so, yeah, my friend has been quoting it ever since when we talk about Remus.
Shut up. I guess that makes sense. I mean, I sound the alarm whenever Roman suggests Thomas talk to a cute guy, so it follows that I would have even more of a reaction to Remus's suggestions. Speaking of suggestions, when are you actually going to jump out of a moving car? I've been...
By the way, I have like a lot of intrusive thoughts, but when I do have intrusive thoughts, it's pretty bad. And I've actually thought about, like, what if I jumped out of a moving car? And I was like, why? But now I know that it's actually a thing called intrusive thoughts. Thanks, Thomas.
It up for years. Still nothing. Yeah, I'm actually pretty used to that one. But to view the Duke's contributions as suggestions is almost exaggerative. This issue is more of a matter of over-control than impulse control. So it is okay to jump out of a moving car? No, but it is okay if the thought of jumping out of a car happens to cross your mind. Okay, well, we've heard a lot about what not to do. What can we do? Well, I'd imagine that you will now recognize many of the Duke's contributions as intrusive thoughts, which is actually really important. You must accept that these thoughts just happen. And again, the substance of these thoughts typically provide no insight into your true character. Poopy! It's like if you had a child who, despite all of your best efforts, refuses to stop screaming on an airplane. Poopy! There's no out. Just accept it. They'll tire themselves out in time, and you can better address the issue later. There's no rush for you. Poopy. It's okay. Just keep doing whatever you were doing before. The other passengers on the plane might become frustrated, and that's okay too. Everything is okay. Wow. That was amazing, Logan. And you can always talk to someone. Wegner, who I mentioned earlier, as well as psychologist James Pennebaker, found that subjects who talked about their thoughts often felt better emotionally and physically. According to one study, in the United States, roughly 1 in 50 people suffer from intrusive thoughts. So you're not alone. And if you can't find a personal friend who will listen or understand, then you should consider seeing a professional if the thoughts are really troubling you. I don't know. If you have joint problems, you see a rheumatologist. If you have stomach problems, you see a gastroenterologist. And therefore, if you have mental health problems, you see a therapist and or a psychiatrist. When something is hurting you or inhibiting you, you seek someone who can help.
I actually quoted that once for like a paper or something, and I felt so proud of myself.
Didn't realize what an impossible standard I've been setting. I can't control every little thing that pops into your head. This may be unnecessary, but it's okay if you sometimes think some icky thoughts, Thomas. You have my permission.
A lot of people are like really okay with that scene, but I just find it, and one other person that I got this idea from also found it as like Thomas allowing himself to have those thoughts, because this basically Thomas talking to himself. So
actually, that does kind of help, Patton. And as for you, that's really not necessary.
Even Remus is like, that's not necessary.
Yeah, I should. You know, it's funny. You used to really unsettle me. I thought that you were some terrible illness. Now I can see that you're just a common cold. A mild inconvenience that's gone before you know it. You tickle me, Emo. Well, I enjoyed this. Good seeing you again, Virgil. It was just like old times.
Did you catch that? Just like old times. My child, protect my child. I want to hug my child.
I can see now why everyone was reluctant to tell me what was going on. Roman! You're alive! I love you! Are you good? I don't know. Oh, are you hurt It's fine. More than anything, I feel like I was struck by a realization. Like Einstein with the apple. You mean Newton? Oh, shut up, nerdy Wolverine. No! Oh, I mean... I'm sorry, Logan. I didn't mean that. It's quite all right, Roman. However, the more pertinent question is Thomas all right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm all right. All right. Am I right? That was not all right. That word's been said so much now that it sounds all wrong. Well, I believe I was summoned to help address this matter, and it seems to be settled now. Your next course of action should be settling into bed for the night to revitalize your immune system as well as your short-term memory. You wouldn't want to forget everything you've just learned. Logan, thank you so much. Oh, please, don't mention it. Just another day's work. No, seriously, you're really cool.
His face, his precious face. I love all of them.
Yeah, I'll try not to pester you too much tonight, kiddo. Now, I can't promise that I'll never have another knee-jerk reaction, but I can try to make peace with whatever thoughts dance through your head, whether they be sugar plums or smelly bums. Or that. This was fun. A Thomas sandwich. Hold the Roman lettuce. You should really make that the usual because Roman will make you sick. And yet, as soon as I was removed from the picture, Thomas had a dookie problem. Thomas already made a dookie joke. Bye! Don't like him. So, you have a brother? Yeah. It's a little like looking into a funhouse mirror. But instead of a giant head or like long legs and a tiny torso, it shows you everything you don't want to be. It doesn't sound like a very fun house. Yeah. But whatever, you know? He's gone now and he's never coming back. Oh, I don't think that's... Bye!
Brothers are like, Remus got out with the bye, and so did Roman. It's coming, it's
Virgil?
coming. I'm actually
You okay, buddy?
cry because I'm like,
Oh, yeah, I just...
embarrassed right now.
I'm a little disappointed in myself. I thought that I would be able to protect you from them. The dark sides? The others. I thought I knew how to handle them. Oh, well, I think we're all trying to figure them out for now. It'll take some time to figure everything out. Yeah, but I should know better. Isn't that kind of unfair? Why should you be held to a different standard than any other side? Because I was one of them.
Take me, give me a moment to go cry at home now, please. I'm so sorry. I'm tearing up. Oh my god. I'm just tearing up. Okay. Back to the video. Let's see.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'm sorry that you all had to see any of that. The Duke stuff, I mean. Or Remus. I know that intrusive thoughts, especially intrusive thoughts of the disturbing variety, are a taboo subject that can be scary to deal with. And sometimes scarier to talk about, even though it's a relatively common phenomenon. It's easy to feel like you've crossed some line and thought the unthinkable. But please, if there's one thing you take away from this video, let it be this. Those thoughts that you may have thought do not define you. We are thinking machines. Your brain generates ideas so easily, you literally do it in your sleep. So a thought alone cannot make you a bad person, especially an unwelcome thought. To echo the words of American journalist Paul Roberts, in the end, the most damaging, forbidden thought, the one we have been trained to block at every turn, may simply be that we are really okay. Until next time, take it easy, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Peace out. Go to bed. Okay.
Also,
Before closing out this video, are you in the mood for food? Always, you say? Well, that is 6 steps. It's basic, veggie, and here. Why do you do these? Most scrutinizing a parent. That's right.
I love this end card so much. Yum. Oh, that one did scared me the first time. Yum. Yummy. Yum.
All
I'm
done.
done.
Gross. All right, I'm gonna go make the promo for this video. Seconds, anyone?
So yeah, that is Thomas Sanders. Then I'm gonna choose that. I'm sorry about the video quality. It's really bad. I'm glad I don't do this for a living. Well, goodbye.